What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with some more Idle Heroes, and today, well, we're going to be talking about something that we normally make quite a few videos on. This time we did not, and that is Force War. So this is like the first time in Force War we really haven't done, I think, any videos whatsoever. I don't even know if we did the first day hits on the Warrior Elite on our main account. We might have done it on the side account, but it kind of comes down to it's just too easy now on our main account. It just seems like it's auto win pretty much thing. You can pretty much get through all of this with everything selected, and you can see the teams that I use down the bottom here. I did want to mention one of them that was interesting, because as you guys can see, the teams are pretty much the same for almost every one of these. All of these are like the same. The order is slightly different, but they have our Doom, Terminator, Vulcan, Lord of Fear, Aspen, Queen, Hyperspace on our Islamok, and Natalia in it. But there's one of them that actually ended up being really interesting. Now, the downside of this system is that you have to pick between banning warriors or banning mages. You have to pick one or two of these. And in this scenario against the ranger wave, it's much better using your Betty. Whereas normally I don't use the Betty at all because, well, it's either Betty or the rest of the heroes. And in this situation here, banning the warriors was the better play. It was just a lot easier to chuck in some random heroes to go along with our team using Betty's core and getting everything unlocked because, well, she doesn't really care about any side effects that happen here. Now, we did put Crown back on her for another game mode, so I don't know if this is going to clear it out just yet. It looks like it might not. We had her basically with energy, so we can go back and put the energy back on her so I can show you guys exactly what we were doing. I think she even had mirror or melodic. I think I put melodic strings on her. I think that's what I did to get that clear right here. So let's just jump into it again. The one thing is really annoying with this wave, of course, is the bottom two down here. When the elite boss lands a crit, reduces all allies' energy by 50, and there's an 80% chance to stun allies with 0 energy. This one just becomes very difficult because there is a lot of crowd control and stuff going on, but a lot of the times here, you can see here that the drain is really annoying. Even if you start with full energy, it's going to take you quite a few attempts to actually get this cleared out. You really need the queen to hit in round like the first spot. If queen hits the first spot, it essentially lets you get an active off, and then you have a good chance of winning. Again, it really still depends on the RNG that goes into it and how much damage she's taking, because eventually we do get this cleared. Honestly, I don't think it took that many tries. It does, however, require us CCing the penny and not taking the penny hit, because the second you take the penny hit, you do end up with a loss. This was a really difficult, and this one was previously like the one that's the hardest to get cleared out. But there we go. We got that done. And then we get to use our active skill and it clears it out. That's essentially how we got 900 on this one. But it kind of got me thinking, can we do the same thing on the other waves? So typically, we've ran the warrior wave, you know, the warrior setup. However, what if we ban it the other way and we run this team instead? Is it possible to do all these other ones with just Betty? That's my question here. Can Betty be strong enough to actually win this with her noble core? The answer is, I think so. Okay, so Betty can do the first one, and that was actually a lot easier than we ran it with our warriors, which is just surprising. So let's continue on and see what happens here, because this isn't even with a fully powered up Betty. Now, she does get stunned, which is not going to work, because she's going to have to get the CC off, and then she's going to have to get an active off to actually get some damage to take it out. So let's see if this one is possible. It might be, it might not. If it is, that's cool. If not, yeah, this one's really difficult, because essentially what happens is, because of the very last thing down here at the beginning of the battle, stuns the ally with the highest attack. I don't know if this one's gonna work out, because Betty's gonna have the highest attack, so she's always gonna be stunned. Granted, if she gets hit, she's still gonna be able to potentially CC the enemy, which is not gonna be as good of a chance. And then at this point, you have to survive to round 2 to even have a shot. Granted, Natalia did pretty good, but it's just too many hits that kind of come in from the looks of it to get 900 points. We almost just need that first hit to land here. Otherwise, there's just too many hits that go off. Yeah, it's just too many, and then she does end up dying. So let's see if we can get one of them to land on her first. We need Holmes Young, essentially, to hit her right off the bat, and he keeps missing. And if he keeps missing, I think that means a loss. I don't think she's going to be able to get the kill. Okay, let's see what happens. Oof. Yeah, that's not great. It is a decent amount of damage, but it's just really hard for her to last to round 2. Granted, this time she did, but yeah, just way too many things coming in. This one's a little questionable. Let's try the assassin boss. Let's do the same thing here. Let's switch over to no warriors, go with a full ranger mage team, essentially. So the downside here is none of them are going to hit her right out of the gate. The problem child is probably going to be the sword flash here. Ooh, that attack reduction as well is very, very dangerous, because you have to remember on this boss, all the way down the bottom here. Wait, did I pick the right one? Yeah, I did. Cool. At the end of each round, increases. Wait, this. Oh, yeah, this is the wrong one. Sorry, I'm like, wait a minute, those skills are the same one we just talked about. This one here, whenever the elite boss loses 25% of HP, there's 80% chance to stun the random ally and steal their attack. And then there's also another chance to steal attack. So that essentially means that she goes down to like 0% attack at the beginning of the next round. You see all these attack debuffs, and you see how little damage it can potentially be as well. Right there, see how it's like down to nothing? The problem being, you need to run control immunity. You can't run attack purify or like modifier attribute purify, because, well, if she's gonna be stunned, then you're just kind of out of luck here. And see right here, the second that hit happens, she ends up getting stunned. Ooh, yeah, there's a chance if she doesn't get stunned, but chances are she is going to. Let's try the last one just to see which waves you can get away using this hero on. The downside is we just don't have a good second strong hero like we do with Vulcan and Lord of Fear Aspen. If one of them CC'd by one of these effects, the other one takes over and gets the victory, essentially. We are silenced on this one, which is going to be a big issue here. Luckily, though, Natalia has a huge shield for her, which is actually really, really important. And even Natalia is going to do a lot of damage right here. So, yeah, this one's very easy. It really just comes down to the mage and the assassin bosses. Whether you can do it or not, it's kind of to be seen here. This one seems like it's kind of the worst just because there's the most RNG involved. But again, it's just she's not getting a lot of crowd control off on this one. Let me just make sure. Yeah, the core is active. It's just for some reason we're not able to get a good crowd control on them, even if he's hit right away. So oh, look at that. It actually is possible. Even not getting hit. I guess every single one of these is technically possible. It just might take quite a few tries. So yeah, Betty seems to be the better option than even running multiple warrior heroes, including all the normal ones that it seems like we use constantly. But yeah, that second round is the brutal one there, because we just can't get past that. Sadly, this stun lasts for what? For 2 rounds? Yeah, that's the biggest issue. So that's all I found out this time. Betty is still it's my favorite hero in the game right now. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. I'll see you guys next time.